This is Monday, November 28th. Let's see your stuff up there. Tie game, Christmas will not be an answer all month. We have to be more specific than that. Book report is not doing 7 days, it's doing 16 days, and then we'll get to our bell work. There's our bell work, and there's my sassy computery iPad thing. And for each one of these, you'll tell me whether you agree or disagree, then we're going to get a chance to go through the talk. First off, book report-wise, I have the sheets if you need them, but you're also welcome to get them on your own. They're either 5 B points or a quarter from me if you are wishing, and then you can. What you're going to do is or if you make your own, just make sure it's 12 inches by 12 inches. And then you're going to fold in the little flappy things. But there's directions on the website. So now you have your flappy things. What you're going to do is in the middle, you're going to draw 2 scenes. So whatever you think important scenes that were in the story that are going to connect to the things I find in the other little flaps. You can do stick figures as long as you give me extra stuff in the scene. That's fine with me. Put clothes on your stick figures, stuff like that. Then you're going to go through and tell me about the setting, the when and the where, why it's important. Give me scenes from those parts. The characters, who they are, why they're important, why they should be included. The conflicts are going to be major decisions the characters make and major fights that go through it. And then you're going to have the plot, which is going to be the what happens, beginning, middle, and end, and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it, as far as what I'm looking for you to be able to do. Questions over any of that, Mitchell?
Are we allowed to use like the computer paper to type up the little corners?
Absolutely. Yeah, that you can do. That's fine with me. Yes.
How many paragraphs does each floppy thing have to be?
Directions. It'll tell you on there. The more, the better, and the more detailed information you can give me. Yeah. If you're wanting to turn it in early, you have until next Friday, and then that's when the early-ish ends. All right, for here, let's see what you agree with and what you don't agree with as we get into it. I will have for you tomorrow paper copies of the book that you get to have. They're yours to love and cherish forever and ever. You've already paid for them. They are yours. Along those same lines, I'm also going to have a copy of the ebook version of it, because sometimes you're forgetful and you can't find your book, and so you'll get to be able to use your iPad. So if you have to be at home, you can do the ebook version. And I also have the audiobook version, so you can have someone read it to you. They'll be like, I hate words, and you can welcome to do that one too. And so I'll have all of those versions for you when we get tomorrow. We'll actually start going into it and reading it. The first one, let's see you're agreeing and disagreeing. Popular kids are the most important kids to the school. Raise your hand if you agree. Raise your hand if you disagree. Interesting. 2, it's okay to beat someone up if you know they are evil. Agree? Disagree? 3, I will always help my best friend no matter what they ask me to do. Agree? Disagree? Alright. And then Zion, yeah, put that there, and then also the blue sheet too. The blue sheet also. Make sure your name is on both of them. 4, as soon as you fight back, you are no longer being bullied. Agree? Disagree? 5, kids can't change their social group. Once you are that thing, you're always that thing. Agree? Disagree? Wow, you guys are a bit more one-sided. All right. Going back to that first part of it, popular kids are the most important kids to the school. Then for those of you who disagree with that, why? Well, 1, who would be the most important kids to the school? And I'm not looking for the answer, we're all equal because I'm a hippie and life is good. Nope, that's not the way it works. There is definitely someone that the school says is more important than others. I want to know who that more important one is. That's fine if you think we're all equal. It's a lie, because we're not all equal. I mean, by humanity's sake, yes, we're all equal, but some kids do no work and some kids do work. Some kids get in trouble, some kids don't get in trouble. That, by definition, makes you not equal. So that's what I'm trying to figure out who the important ones are. Yes, Burke.
I think it's the kids that care or try in school and participate.
And that's what you think the school says is most important?
Yeah.
Well, then, to follow that up, is that not the same thing as the popular kids?
No.
No.
Okay. Who are the popular kids then?
The ones who people see that are cool and who have like more stuff than others.
Okay. Pierce?
The smarter ones are more like the ones on that don't like have like in like advanced and stuff because that sets their GPA. Like, don't schools get rated like different things when
We do.
you get better on ISTEP and stuff?
That is part of it. So you're saying that's who the school is the most important?
Yeah.
And once again, is that not the popular kids?
No.
Interesting again.
No, it's half and half. No, it's not.
Wrong, Meyer?
I disagree because well, like my family, we have like a motto where like we're all like a team and we all contribute our own special part, no matter who's big or small. And it's like our team, we all contribute a part, whether our like someone's contributing more than like someone who's barely contributing at all, but everyone has their part and they all have to do it in order for it to be that way.
Mm-hmm. That was wonderful. So who's the most important one?
Everyone.
Well, so you went the exact thing I said you can't do.
Well, that's the one I think is most.
Okay. So you're saying that even the kid that does nothing and is kicked out in the hallway every day is just as important as the kid in my advanced class who does all their homework and does well in the tests and studies.
Yeah.
Then why are you bothering working if you're just as important as that kid who does nothing? Solid response. Just checking on that one. Saskovich.
Well, popularity's like who has the most friends, who everyone likes more.
Okay.
Basically, if you're smart and you have friends, like
Now I'm confused. So, are you saying that the popular kids are the most important?
no, but
No.
like if you're popular and you're smart and the school likes you, you can still be popular and still be important in the school.
So you're saying it's,
It doesn't really matter if you're popular or not.
so you're saying popularity does not play into whether or not you're important or not?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Took a second to get there. Now I follow where you're going with that. All right. Derek.
Yeah, I follow that, but then also, well, I just lost what I said. Go on, I'll raise my hand again.
Done. M.
I think it's based on people's perspectives. Like, from a kid's perspective, it might be the most popular kids, but then from a teacher's perspective, it might be the ones who are getting good grades and doing good on ISTEP.
Well, I can see that, but I'm asking for you to see it from the teacher's point of view.
Okay, then it would be the kids who get better grades and do good on ISTEP.
And not the popular kids.
No, not the popular kids.
Vera.
Could be the popular kid.
Schuler.
Okay, so I think the popular kids can be the most important, but not all of them, because some of them, I won't name names, but, well, some popular kids don't even care about the work, but then some, like, other people,
So do you have to care about your work for the school to think you're important?
Oh.
Okay. Webb.
Can I stand on my knees?
No.
Okay.
It's a good try. Wrong, Meyer. Have we picked a decision yet?
yes, I picked a decision.
Did you just sass me?
Yes, I did.
That was wonderful. Go ahead.
I think it's like the most important kids are like the people who actually contribute to the school, like the people that like contribute on like the drives, like the food drives, or like on like the academic team that are like helping them get the wins to make ourselves like a better school. The ones who are actually doing something for the school. And
So the kids that participate?
yeah.
Okay. What happened to your teamwork idea?
It's gone.
Well.
So you're not going to go home and rebel against Mama and Papa Wrongmeyer and blame it on me, are you?
No.
Okay. I mean, if you do, I fully support it. I just want to make sure I'm prepared for that attack that's coming. My daughter's rebelling. Like, go her. So, and that's your part. That's your part of the home team is to rebel. And of course, now it's videotaped. So we're all doomed. Yes, Thomas.
If people donate, they participate, and they like promote non-bullying, like a safe
Okay.
environment.
So
Not bullying,
promotion of a friendly environment.
a friendly environment.
All right. One of the things that's going to come up in the book is it's going to deal with these two groups of kids, the outsiders, hence the name of the book, who are these kids who feel like they're not part of the group, versus the popular kids. And they sort of get to the point where the bullying gets so extreme that it becomes violent. Because the kids who feel that they are the outsiders in the group decide to finally revolt and fight back. Is that saying it's all fun and games until someone puts out an eye? Well, here it's all fun and games until the kid fights back and someone dies. And so it's at the beginning of the book. I'm not giving anything away. And so it's one of those things where kids fight back, and it becomes, what do you do when that happens? And a lot of it comes down to the group of outsiders are angry that they feel the school only likes the popular kids. And so that's what it comes down to. Although for them, they say that the smart kids are the popular kids. And so they're throwing them into that same group, where apparently you guys separated it more. But for this group of outsiders, they say, no, they're all sort of like in that same area. Which brings us to number 2, it's okay to beat someone up if you know they are evil. The idea that if all of a sudden, like, if you had Adolf Hitler Jr. in front of you and he was like, let's go do genocide, and you're like, no! And you jump on him, is that okay if you know, or this kid that's, violently racist, whatever it is, and you're like, what you're doing is wrong, is that okay?
No,
Is there ever a time where it is okay to do that? And that's, hang on, that is another question, let's throw it back in there. Do you agree that there is a time where that beating someone up can be the right choice?
Yes.
Hang on, don't you talk at me, you silly children. Raise your hand if you agree. Raise your hand if you disagree.
So mine's okay.
Wow.
Janelle's too sweet.
Don't let them judge you or you go all violent on them.
Janelle's a
So,
Be sassy, girl.
when is it that you guys say it is okay to beat someone up?
People
Now,
are all
realize you guys are saying, I'm not sure fighting back qualifies as beating someone up, because beating someone up is when you have the power to go above and beyond. So just fighting back is fine, but then let's say you've knocked them down to the ground, then the jumping on top of them would be the beating them up. Just defending yourself is not the same thing. Are you going to remember what you're going to say now?
yes.
Okay, May, what's up?
No. So like if the person would do something that'd be bad to them, like if they would I don't know, like jump off of a cliff, thus someone's behind me said.
Okay.
Like you could tackle them and like do that so that they
That's not evil.
Hang on. So they're getting ready to commit suicide and
or
you're
do something evil to someone else.
Okay, they're going to push someone else off a cliff.
Yes. And you
Okay.
can tackle them, like,
But then, do you just tackle them or do you beat them up? Because there's a difference between just trying to land on them.
Yes.
So, Schuler.
Wow. Okay. So,
It's not okay. So I think it is okay to beat someone up after they murdered someone.
oh.
So, your thought is as revenge?
Yes, that is revenge.
Okay. Wrong, Meyer.
I think it is okay to beat someone up, because, well, at certain times. Because, some people, in a way, it wouldn't necessarily be defending you. You see lots of movies where some kid is being bullied, but one of his friends comes up and beats the bully up. And I think it's okay if you're, trying to help someone from potentially doing something bad to someone else.
That is a good point to bring up, because that's what happens in this book. Is that it is a kid who comes to defend, that's still in the very beginning, trust me, not spoiling anything yet, but that's where the issue comes in, is he sees his friend getting beat up, and he steps in, but then he has a little bit of a going too far moment, but because the kid that he's beating up, he's seen do a whole bunch of bad things, and so some of those things rage up inside of him, and that comes back to the idea of, is it okay to do that if you know that you've seen this person do all of these horrible things? Hippie?
There's always a better way to stop them from murdering someone. You could kiss them, or distract them, or glue their feet to the floor so that they could slap someone in the face. I don't know. There's always a better way to
I think
stop
one of your
them.
parents you're going to
I will be interested to see how you respond to what happens in the book. And two, there is a character who takes your same viewpoint in the book, which oddly enough becomes one of the bully's best friends, goes along that same path. After he watches the bad things happen to his friend, he sort of, yeah, this one's farther in, but you're not going to remember enough to really distract you, so I'm okay with it. And the fact that his friend decides that maybe bad things happen, because there's a lot of friends, it could be anyone, but, so yeah, there's a kid who goes that same path of maybe being a hippie is the best choice.
I like hippies.
Yes.
I'm a hippie.
There goes 3.
Well, you say you
Not all.
Okay.
Pops up again in the story the idea of helping a friend. And I would always help my best friend no matter what they asked me to do. And here's where it gets tough, because what he's asking a friend to do is to cover for a major crime. And so it comes down to the, like what you saw, if you are that friend and you are getting beat up and your best friend jumps in to help save you, but in the process does something really, really bad to that person, and then you go, hey, do you now stand up for your friend and go, I'm going to help you out? Or do you go, yeah, it sucks to be you. You just saved me, but I have to turn you in. That becomes the choice you have to make. This person just saved you, but they kind of went too far in the saving of you and hurt the other kid. If you don't turn them in, as far as the school is concerned, you are just as responsible. So you either have to accept going down the same path, or you have to try and hide things for your friend. Cosnos?
Well, if your friend like did something nice for you and like helped you and saved you, and then you just snitched on them, that's being a really bad friend, to be honest.
Can be. And I agree. I mean, that's, and part of it is that tough choice you have to make. Or it's easy to say, if you know someone did something bad, do you turn them in? And you're like, yeah, you turn somebody, but when it's your best friend and they did it to save you, that's where that whole gray area of morals comes in. Where, yeah, you should turn people in, but maybe you shouldn't because they did something nice to help you or because it's your best friend. And I agree. And in the book, it's not an easy choice. It's not something where I can say, this is definitely the path you should take. There's right and wrong, whichever way you go. Your friend does this horrible thing, but I think hiding them has definite benefits to it. But at the same time, you're giving up part of your soul going down that path. And so life's full of tough choices, and that's what happens in the books. Why I like it, because it's not a straight black and white. There's a whole bunch of gray and a whole bunch of, no matter what you do, you're kind of hosed. Burke.
I like pushing. I think it kind of depends on what they did. If they shot somebody, yeah, I would say something, but I wouldn't turn them in completely. But if they just kind of beat somebody up, then I would stay with them and I wouldn't snitch on them.
What if they shot someone because they thought that you were going to die? Even if they were wrong and you weren't, they did it because they thought the person was going to kill you.
I still would
You still would turn them in?
I think that's just stupid. Why would you just be trying to?
They thought they came in, they saw you in trouble, they thought you were getting ready to have something bad happen, and they were trying to save. Wrong, Meyer?
I agree that I would always help my best friend no matter what, because one of my best friends is my cousin, and like I would do anything to like protect my cousin because she's younger than me and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. So, and my other best friend, I probably would because, well, I know her well enough that I don't think she would do anything that bad. If she did, she would feel really awful about it. And like, I don't know necessarily they might deserve what's coming from them, but after like all the good things, like if they've done good things in their life and stuff, it kind of, they could like devote the rest of their life to trying to make up for that one split second when they could have done something different.
So not, which is odd. Once again, you have really accurate, because what happens in the book is it's the kid who you don't expect to see. It's that quiet kid who's really nice, and then he does feel really bad about it. But what he does changes the life of other people. And so what do you do with that one person, even though he's ruined the life of these other people, but he's your friend and he feels bad about it? Is it okay to hide him afterwards? Or do you have to, like I said, it's a tough choice. Yeah.
I would turn my friend in. Even if they were my best friend, because like, I don't want to get in trouble for something they did.
Okay. And you're willing to...
And you don't
out from the.
So for you, you're saying there is no gray. You just write that friend off and make a new one.
Oh, geez.
We have our lines to draw. Cuz knows.
If one of your best friends shot someone, then they're not a good person and they shouldn't be your best friend. But if they did something accidentally, like, and then they didn't mean for that outcome to happen, then they're like still a good person. They didn't mean to do what they did. Like accidents happen, and so I think you should help them.
I accidentally killed a person.
It's definitely, well, I guess maybe, how do I look at it? Let's say it was to try and help another person. So they had good intentions, even if they didn't expect the ramifications to be that bad.
Yeah.
So,
I take the blame.
how so?
Best friend.
So instead of ratting them out, you would take the blame on yourself?
Oh dang, heartless
Interesting.
person 101.
Why?
Because if they bury you for a while.
Tomorrow, we'll get into it and start finding out about how poor choices destroy your life.